and welcome back to the World Class Stamp. Today is our special AFCON players, the best African 11 to feature in the Premier League, and we've got a good episode here. So we're going to start off with the goalkeeper position. So Matt, who do you think would make the AFCON 11 best Premier League goalkeeper position?
Well, I think there's only one in this competition. I think he's the standout for me, and it's Edouard Mendy. Played for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Top of his game. He's pulling off world-class saves. He's just an all-round, good keeper, and he's got my number one position. I think he's definitely the number one African keeper I've seen in the Premier League.
Yeah. Steve, what are your thoughts? Anyone to dislodge Mendy there in goals?
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't picked Bruce Grobler. I was thinking about this. There's not many African keepers, is there, that have played in the Premier League, certainly at a top level. So I've gone straight down that line, Edouard Mendy as well. That's my pick.
Yeah, clean sweep for me as well. Excellent player for Chelsea. He fell out of favour due to their change in style, going from traditional goalkeeper routes to playing out from the back and wanted someone to build up play. But he had a really good campaign where he helped Chelsea win the Champions League, key figure in that season, and I think he was voted goalkeeper of the season in Europe that year. So yeah, for me he is the best standout candidate for the goalkeeping position. So right back, who have you got at right back, Matt?
Well, there can only be one, and that's Lauren for Arsenal, part of the invincible winning side. Just an absolute solid right back. Would come up with some important goals as well. Not known for his goal scoring, but I remember putting in some game-winning performances. I think I would actually give him the world-class stamp. He's one of them players who would underrated invincible season. He had 2 or 3 amazing seasons for Arsenal, and he's part of that back four which were invincible. So yeah, he's straight in.
You can't get much better than invincible. Steve, what are your thoughts on right back?
Yeah, same. I've gone for Lauren. Unbelievable few seasons he had at Arsenal. I think he came from Mallorca in Spain. I don't even think he was a right back actually when he first come to the club. But he slotted in there. Absolutely solid in that back four. As you say, invincible. Popped up with a few goals. Just looked like you didn't fancy playing against him. He was that type of player. He's quite mean, aggressive. He's got my right back position as well.
Yeah, same here. Clean sweep, Lauren. Makes the right back. Played for Arsenal between 2000 and 2007. Part of the Invincibles. So he's already down as a Premier League legend. And I agree, world-class stamp for Lauren. Mendy, does he get the world-class stamp? Just quickly flipping back to him.
Not for me. I think he's operated at world-class levels, but not consistent enough for me.
Okay.
It's consistency as well for me. He's still playing, so he could get there, but not at the moment.
Yeah, he's now playing in the Saudi League. I would say he gets it for me. I think he deserves the world class stamp.
Wow.
I think he did enough at Chelsea. I think to seal that. So I would give Mendy the world class stamp.
You love goalkeepers, though.
I do love the goalkeeper. So there we go.
I didn't give Lauren my opinion on Lauren. I agree. Clean sweep, world class stamp for me.
Yeah, through world class stamps. Yeah. Okay, there you are, guys. Next up, then we've got 2 centre back positions. So Matt, who's your first centre back that you're going to put in there?
Well, on my same train of thought here, Paulo Torre for Arsenal. I will bang on about it because I'm an Arsenal fan. Invincible season again.
Colours have flipped. It's been revealed.
No, he's definitely straight in there. Again, will that feat ever be repeated? I'm not sure. There's too much competition around.
I hope not.
And it was tough to do it at the time they done it as well. So there's a bit of bragging rights. And yeah, he was absolutely rock solid. He was a unit. He'd win anything in the air. He could put his body on the line. Yeah, he was the type of man you'd always need a centre back. So straight in for me.
Steve?
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm thinking about centre backs, African centre backs that played in the Premier League. There's a few, isn't there? Just some other mentions. Lucas Radebe, South African. I'm gonna go for. I've gone for this player as well, actually. Kolo Toure. you can't look beyond that invincible season, that invincible squad. He wasn't the best Tory though. Maybe we'll talk about that later. But he was still an unbelievable player. So he gets also just pure fact of that invincible season, and I don't think that'll get done again. I was even shocked when it got done the first time. So he gets a world-class stamp for me.
Yeah, I've also gone Kolo Toure. He played for not just Arsenal, Manchester City and Liverpool. So that goes to show, as one of my, and I think he gets a world-class stamp also, it's one of my kind of hallmarks of a world-class player is can he get into other top sides, and he's played for 3 of the top 4 really, so that speaks for itself. Won trophies wherever he's gone, went to Celtic as well, short stint there, 9 games, but yeah, and I don't think it gets much better than Kolo Toure, and yeah, I think he deserves his place in the team and also the world-class stamp. How about you, Matt? Did he get the stamp from you?
Yeah, like you said, he's played at top level everywhere he's been, won trophies. Yeah, definitely. Stalwart, Premier League legend.
Blistering
Gets
pace.
the stamp.
Blistering pace as well, wasn't it? He was
And a big fella.
yeah, he was. Yeah.
That helps, yeah.
That helps.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so who's partnering him now? I suppose that is the other question. Yeah, Matt, who is going to go alongside Kolo for you to balance out that centre-back pairing?
So a bit of an earlier player in the Premier League, Lucas Radebe. He was great for Leeds, solid. He was sort of a catalyst, and around when Leeds had their real good spell, got to the semi-finals of the Champions League. So yeah, he was there with Woodgate, Rio. Obviously teaching them the game at the highest level, just to perform a week in, week out, and he's in the squad. Definitely deserves a position.
Yeah, some good stints there at Leeds. Steve, how about your centre-back pairing to go with Kolo Toure?
So this one is again from not the first decade of the Premier League, but certainly the noughties decade, is an Everton player, and I'm sure Everton fans will know this guy, is Joseph Yobo. He actually played at Everton longer than I thought he did when I was looking into his career. Yeah, he's not a name you remember as a tough, solid, good centre-back, but I think he was a very good centre-back at Everton, popped up with a few goals, and he doesn't get the world-class stamp for me. Possibly gets the club legend stamp. Don't know if Everton fans give him that or would agree with that. Let us know if you do. So he's my pairing for Kolo Toure.
Right, okay, so I think we're going all 3 different. So I've gone Khalidou Koulibaly. Only 1 season in the Premiership with Chelsea, and he's been shipped out to the Saudi League as well. But I'm basing it on his time at Napoli, and I think that still counts because he did play in the Premier League. And so he's he joined us after the Champions League winning season, and he kind of had a bit of a torrid time there. But maybe his best days were behind him. But I'm going to put him in anyway, because I still think he's one of the best African defenders to play. And I think alongside Kolo Toure in his prime, that would make a good centre-back pairing. So yeah, he goes in for me. Does he get the world-class stamp? I don't think he does for me. Koulibaly.
Glad you said that.
Does he get the club legend stamp?
I'd say he gets the Napoli club legend stamp. Maybe
Premier League top 11.
Well, that's
he's a good
player,
player.
I guess.
He is a good player.
Yeah, he's a great player, but I just don't think he's quite fitted for him at Chelsea, really. And shame he never got another season. I think Liverpool was looking to bring him in. I'd like to see him alongside Virgil van Dijk. But yeah, he eventually went to Chelsea, and kind of all went wrong there. But yeah, for me, Koulibaly, he goes in there, and yeah, doesn't quite get the world class stamp, but didn't win anything really at Napoli, and didn't win anything at Chelsea. But great player.
I think part of his Chelsea.
You can't say anything. You picked Joseph Yobo. So,
I think his problem at Chelsea was his centre-back partner. Great player in his heyday, Thiago Silva, but I just feel, was he having to do too much to support that sort of mobility, that pace around him? I don't know.
Yeah.
It certainly didn't work, as you said, but top
It
player.
It didn't in the Premier League, no. But yeah, I think. Well, you've got Yobo. Who did you pick again, Matt?
Lucas Ralaby.
Ralaby.
I didn't put a stamp on it, but I'll give him definitely the club legend stamp for Leeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did not quite world class levels.
world-class,
Top
yeah.
class and club legend, but not world level.
Yeah. Well, let us know, guys, in the comments. Who would you have partner Colatore? Do you have a different name in mind? Drop in the comment section below. Okay, so moving on to right back then, or left back even. I think we all got the same man for this one. Matt, do you want to go and name him?
I've got Victor Moses. Obviously, won the league with Chelsea. Started off with Wigan. Probably on my list, the most underrated player in this 11. He was an absolute legend of a player for me.
A Wigan.
Chelsea. And he played good performances at Wigan. That's why he got bought in the first place. He was fast, quick, decisive, underrated. Maybe not world class, but they're definitely the best left-sided African left back in the Premier League for me.
Yeah. Steve, who have you got for left back?
Probably equally as I'll say dubious, maybe, but maybe this is the fact. Maybe this is the fact that there's, again, I'm sure there's loads of African left backs that have played, but were there any that really stood out? Top. I'm sure there'd be one that we may have missed, but I've gone for Celestine Babayaro. Chelsea, at that kind of transition of Chelsea into that, where the money came in, I think he was just at the back end of his career there, but did very well for Chelsea. I want to say he moved up to Newcastle straight from Chelsea. Was there in between, or
no, straight to Newcastle.
Straight up there.
47 appearances for Newcastle United.
Yeah. So he had a few years in the Premier League, and he was one of maybe the first African players that came across the Premier League, and he goes in at left back for me. Doesn't get the world class stamp. I'd be interested to know whether he gets the Chelsea club legend stamp. So let us know. But he's my left back.
Okay. Well, I've gone for Victor Moses as well, Matt.
Good choice.
I wonder why you said that. Just comparing the two, obviously both played for Chelsea. Victor Moses, I think, gets the edge. He did go around. He did have a lot of loans from Chelsea, so he went on loan to Liverpool, Stoke, West Ham United, Fenerbahce, Inter Milan, Spartak Moscow. Obviously played at Wigan, Chelsea, and Crystal Palace. Fantastic player. I think Neil Warnock takes credit for giving him his debut. I could be wrong on that, but great player. And comparing the two, looking at the kind of honours list, Victor Moses won the Premier League. 2016-17 season with Chelsea, he won the FA Cup and the Europa League. He also won the Europa League runners-up medal with Inter Milan, the Russia Cup with Spartak Moscow, Cup of Nations with Nigeria, so he achieved international success as well. And just comparing that then to Babayaro, he won UEFA Cup Winners' Cup with Chelsea, Super Cup, FA Cup and the Charity Shield. African Cup of Nations 3rd place with Nigeria. For me, Victor Moses is the superior left back, but we'll let you guys decide in the comment section. Who would you have as left back?
Does he get the world class stamp for you?
Ooh, good question. He's played for a lot of top level teams. Does he get the world class stamp? I would say no. He's the top level player. But if you think about who he was up against in Chelsea, Ashley Cole, he wasn't better than Ashley Cole. He could have played for England if he wanted to, or if he was good enough, really, I suppose. So that for me is another signifier. He wasn't world level, but top professional, and had lots of success and played for some elite clubs. So he's borderline, I'd say, but doesn't quite get the world class stamp for me. How about you, Matt?
Yeah, same, borderline. Underrated, but just misses out.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on into midfield then. Matt, who are your midfielders for your African 11?
So I'll start off in the centre, and this man was a powerhouse for Chelsea, Michael Essien. What a player! Kept the ball, couldn't take it off him, would tackle anything, score goals, scored an absolute screamer against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge one year. In the 94th minute, he would score important goals for him. Yeah, he was just someone you want on the centre mid. In that side with Mourinho at the helm. Yeah, there was no beating him. So straight in for me. My first pick in the midfield.
Steve, do you have Michael Essien in your team?
I do, yeah. He was an absolutely massive player for Chelsea, wasn't he, when they were winning the Premier League. Mourinho, relied on this player in the middle of the park to win that ball, score the odd goal. He was just, I think he was, one of the best centre defensive midfielders in the world at that time, and probably would go on the list across a few eras for me as well. So he definitely gets a world-class stamp. I would like to have seen a bit more of him, actually. I don't feel like he played...
9 years at Chelsea, not enough for you?
Okay, 9's quite a lot. So I feel like we saw enough of him in the Premier League, and what a player, yeah. So he's my centre midfielder.
Yeah, definitely world-class stamp for me as well.
Yeah. Okay, I've also got Michael Essien as well. Like you say, Steve, he played a few times for Chelsea. Also, he played for Real Madrid, AC Milan, Panathinaikos, and then also Lyon as well. And at the start of his career, like you say, world class. I would say give him the stamp also. His honours, he's won pretty much everything there is to win. And Chelsea Premier League twice, FA Cup 4 times, Football League Cup once as well, Champions League as well, and runner up. So yeah, won everything there is to win in the game. And maybe run up in African Cup of Nations, but I think he's done everything really, hasn't he? So definitely gets the stamp from me.
Does he make your top defensive midfielders list? Top 5?
I think so. Yeah, I think he really took over definitely. And replaced Makelele when he moved on. He come in and seamlessly slotted in. Was Essien the one that was supposed to go to Manchester United? I can't remember.
Wouldn't surprise me, yeah.
I think Manchester United was interested in him, but Chelsea legend now, and it firmly makes the squad. So who else you got in midfield, Matt?
Right, so our left mid would be Riyad Mahrez. Absolutely wonderful left foot. Scores important goals. Won the league with Leicester City. We'll say that again. Won the league with Leicester City. Like 5,000 to 1 shot, and he was the leading role with Jamie Vardy to win it for him that season. Got his big move then. You thought, was it just a one-off? But no, he won league after league with Manchester City, scoring important goals. Just an absolute rapid, intelligent, skillful, blistering left winger. So he's straight in, and he does get a world-class stamp from me.
Yep. Steve, who else you got in your midfield?
Yeah, I've also got Riyad Mahrez.
Okay.
There's not much more to say to what Matt's already said. Great player, took Leicester to those levels of winning the Premier League. Stayed longer than I think he maybe needed to. There was a lot of interest in him. Probably could have gone earlier. I think he stayed in that extra season. Great partnership with Vardy. Just great left foot, great skill. The first touch as well, some of the crossfield balls you see coming to Mahrez, and that first touch takes it on the run, brilliant.
Yeah. Does he get the world class stamp?
1,000,000%. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say no then.
Well, weirdly, I'm going to agree with you. He does get the world class stamp, but he doesn't get in my side. So
wow.
Yeah, I'm actually playing a 4-3-3, but the guy who's he's not going to go into the centre of the park, and then I've got a guy in front of him who will be playing in his position, so doesn't quite get there, so he'll be on the bench for me maybe. But I think the next midfielder I'm going to pick is Yaya Toure. What can you say about Yaya Toure really? He won it all at Manchester City, really come in, transformed the team, won Champions Leagues, won Premier League. I'm not sure if he won Champions League with Barcelona. I'll have to check that one. But he's won it all really, and he's probably the best or you could argue he's the best, or maybe the second best centre attacking midfielder that Manchester City's ever had. So it'd be a mix up between him and Kevin De Bruyne. Different players, but he was one of those players, almost Gerrard-like, where grab a game by the scruff of the neck and stick one in the top bins. Unfortunately, when Guardiola came, there was a bit of a falling out between the two, so he was moved on. But for me, Michael Essien, Yaya Toure, and then there'll also be another midfielder alongside him with a bit of magic, but he also gets the world-class stamp for me. Matt, who else is in your midfield?
Right, this is my fun pick. What a player, and he's getting in for entertainment purposes, and I pick him anyway. So good that they named him twice. JJ Okocha. Absolutely lit up the Premier League. His time at Bolton. They had a run of success under Sam Allardyce, in fact, playing attacking football. But some of the skills and goals that this player can produce were out of this world. And I love looking at the clips of him, watching him back in his playing days. I think the midfield back then was a bit more open for people to express their skills in the football, and he definitely done that. So he's straight in my squad as well.
Yep. Steve, who else you got in your midfield?
So I've also got Yaya Toure in my midfield. The best Toure for me. Still both world class. Yaya gets the world class stamp as well for me. What was Wenger doing? There was a story that Yaya Toure had a trial at Arsenal before he was known as a football player, and he didn't. Wenger obviously didn't see.
Maybe why he's not in the top 5 managers of all time in the Premier League. Check out our episode for our picks. That surprised me. But what a career the guy's had. Barcelona, Man City. Some of the goals he scored were unbelievable. As you say, scruff of the neck, could change a game in an instant. Driving runs from midfield, could do the defensive work as well. Brilliant. Yeah, he was part of that treble winning Barcelona side, which won the Champions League, Copa del Rey and La Liga in the 08-09 season. So and then 3 Premier Leagues, FA Cup, League Cup, so won it all. World class stamp from me, world class stamp from you, Stephen. Does he get the world class stamp?
I'll give Yaya Toure world class stamp, and JJ Okocha, I love him too much. I'll give him the world class stamp. Out of love.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Funny you mentioned JJ Okocha because he's also in my side. So JJ Okocha completes the midfield 3 for me. Like you say, luxury player. You could have Yaya maybe doing the centre midfield player, and then have Okocha as attacking midfielder, and they could switch over. I think that'd be really interesting to see them both in the same side. And again, while he played for PSG, played for Bolton, which probably most people remember him for, but absolute fantastic player, and he gets a world class stamp from me as well. How about you, Steve? Does JJ get the world class stamp?
He does.
Oh,
he does.
I'm gonna say no.
His PSG, he was brilliant at PSG, wasn't he? We only seen most of him at Bolton, but some of the flicks, tricks, goals, free kicks he scored, you haven't seen stuff like it really since. Definitely world class.
Yeah,
he's played Fenerbahce as well and Hull City. There you go, the legends of club football. Right, so that's mine. How many have you got? Any more midfielders, Matt, to go in?
No, I'm playing a 4-3-3.
And how about you, Steve? I think you're playing 4-4.
I'm going 4-3-3 as well.
Okay.
This is he wasn't a midfielder per se, but I've put in
the rules,
always. I've gone for Nwankwo Kanu.
Who?
An invincible as well. That's my 3rd invincible in the side.
I feel like there's an Arsenal theme.
He tall. I don't want to use the word L because he was tall, skinny,
gangly, maybe.
Gangly, yeah.
Awkward.
Not quite a Peter Crouch gangly, but he was in that kind of body shape. But I mean, the touch, the skill on the ball, the little thread through balls, the technical aspects of his game was unbelievable. I'm sure he had that size 17 boot, the way he was playing around with the ball sometimes. Scored some great goals. I remember a hat-trick at Chelsea in the days of Ed De Hoy, where he at the corner flag.
Yeah.
Skinned the keeper and belted it in from the byline.
Over 2 players' heads, or 3 players' heads even.
Yeah, unbelievable hat-trick that was. Probably my favourite hat-trick, actually, in the Premier League I've ever seen, watching a game live. So, on the telly, that is, just to confirm. So yeah, Cardew gets in for me. Great player. Unique as well.
Yeah, he's won a lot, hasn't he? He played for Ajax, Inter Milan, Arsenal, Portsmouth. Broke my heart scoring the winner in the FA Cup final. But there we go. Yeah, he doesn't get the stamp for me then. But how about you, Matt?
Well, I was here that day as well, and we had long hair back then, didn't we? But Mullet City on it. But I think I am. He's a unique type of player, and he does bring the X factor, and he's won a lot of trophies. Yeah. He's taken all my boxes, and I'm going to give him the world class stamp.
Yeah. If he didn't score against Cardiff in the FA Cup final, I would give him the world class stamp. But
and for me, gets it world class.
All right, so on to the front three then. Matt, who makes one of your front three then?
So I've gone for left wing forward here, Mo Salah. He's still playing,
he still being on the right mind. You know that.
No, I've got him down as right wing forward, playing. Well, he can cut in from either side really. But,
he plays on the right.
So he's going in for me. Amazing first touch of the ball, goal of the seasons. I think he won the Pukas Award against Everton for that goal he cut inside and absolutely tore him to ribbons really. It was what a signing that is. He stayed loyal to Liverpool as well, and
for now
he's club legend, Premier League legend, and he gets the world class stamp.
Yeah, Steve, Salah on your side?
Yes, but I've got him playing on the side he plays for, mostly at Liverpool. So Mohamed Salah, 1 billion% world class player. Saw him at Chelsea, didn't look much of a player. Obviously a great player, he's at a professional club playing in the Premier League. But I feel he went to Italy and he's just turned himself into this all-time African, all-time Premier League, all-time global,
all-time
player. Great player. Some of the goals he scores, the first touch as well, like Mahrez, the crossfield balls, the first touch that he takes, just incredible. When he's on the ball, something's happening.
There's when he plucks it out of the sky, he can have a 60-yard forward, 60-yard up in the air on his foot.
Still not the best first touch ever in the Premier League, I'd say, but good.
One of.
Yeah.
That is another video. Who has the best top 10 touches in the Premier League? Come in to YouTube near you, subscribe to be notified for that video. For me, like you say, this is the reason why Riyad Mahrez doesn't get in the side, because right wing forward is going to be Mo Salah. The guys have already touched on him a lot. Come into Chelsea, didn't really hit the ground running, and I'm sure he's been in an interview saying that really, when he got shipped out to Fiorentina on loan and then to Roma, it really kind of the penny dropped then, that and he practiced out his back garden, just shooting, and that famous finesse shot curling into the bottom corner. He practiced that outside his back garden all summer, improving his shooting, and he went to Roma and 34 appearances, scored 14 goals, which that's 14 goals on loan, and then 31 appearances, scoring 15 goals when he joined permanently. But that's nothing to the Mo Salah that we actually saw at Liverpool. I think Jurgen Klopp brought him on to another level, and he is an absolute game changer. Speed and transition, and forming that partnership up front with Firmino and Mane, totally transformed. And Liverpool really should have picked up a few extra trophies, and obviously he's won everything there is to win at Liverpool, so gets the world class stamp for me.
Easy one that one.
Yeah, easy. Who else is in your forward three?
Well, sorry about this, lads. I'm going to have to do the celebration. It's the Didier Drogba for Chelsea. absolute club legend, big time, big game player. Scored goals in like every FA Cup final I think he ever got to. The Champions League equaliser against Bayern Munich would just turn up for the big moments for that club, and I'm not sure if they've got a statue outside, but They should do. Absolute legend, finisher, fierce, loyal. It's a type of striker you want on your team, and it's another easy one. These front three are insane players from all the African nations here, and yeah, in he goes, world class.
Yep. Steve, is Drogba on your side?
Do you know what? He's not.
After I bigged him out.
I agree, he's a world-class player. Some massive goals for Chelsea. I remember the header against Bayern Munich. The penalty as well. So, big game player, scored a load of goals. A couple of golden boots, I think, in the Premier League as well. Definitely one, I remember.
Yeah.
But I've actually gone for a player who came into the league after Didier. And I'm just thinking now, this is the fourth player at the team I support. You might
Oh yeah.
you might have worked this out already. Is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So I picked Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang because he absolutely burst onto the Premier League scene. He scored goals from game one, some amazing goals as well. At a time when Arsenal were really in need of that type of player. They were just bobbing along. There was nothing really you could see in that club that was going to push them onto, challenging for the title, trophies. There's a few FA Cups and around his career there at Arsenal. And his goal to game ratio was up there with the best, if not better than the likes of Didier. In fact, I want to say I'll put that out there as a bit of a wild statement.
What, you think he got a better goal scoring record than?
Yeah,
Drogba?
pace, could play on the wings, central, and he's world class for me, and he's in.
Interesting. I've gone for Didier Drogba. Just looking up his Wikipedia page now, 212 goals. Just looking at Aubameyang, it doesn't total there for me. So, just doing some quick math, I don't think he quite gets to 200. It looks around. It's close. It's about 190, something like that. So goals wise, there's not a lot in between the two. I just think, for me, Drogba gets it. If you have a look at his the sides he played for: Marseille, Chelsea. He went to Shanghai Shenhua, Galatasaray. Come back to Chelsea again for a second stint. Montreal Impact, Phoenix Rising, and played over 100 times for Ivory Coast, scoring 65 goals on international level. Big time player. If he's one of those strikers that strike fear, and if he's starting in a cup final, you're just thinking, oh jeez, I don't want to play against this guy today.
Yeah.
He is the man for the big time moments, and I can't imagine. I never played pro football, but I can't imagine what the pro defenders coming up against Didier Drogba. It's been like the strength on the guy, pace, and he had a bit of an awkward style to him, but he could score any type of goal. Headers, not just headers. He had a bit of a flick, a bit of a trick about him. So for me, Didier Drogba, he gets in the side and he gets the world class stamp. And I'd also give Aubameyang the world class stamp. Played for top sides, Chelsea, Dortmund and Barcelona, so he gets the world class stamp for me.
Good to hear.
Aubameyang for me just misses out. I think he fizzled out a bit too early. Not yet up there, top class, but just misses out for me in the long run.
You wanted to see another 2 seasons at the level?
Yeah, he had a good start to Arsenal, I'll give him that. And then it just nosedived.
And all the goals he banged in at Dortmund.
He played well, but Dortmund, that's where he made his name. But just misses out. Just missed out. Bundesliga has been in an iron grip by Munich for 12, 13 years now, I think. So, just didn't win the league. So
he won the league with Dortmund with Klopp when he was there. So does that change your opinion slightly?
No, he didn't keep it. He didn't keep it consistent enough for me. And his Chelsea career went south pretty quickly as well. And it was towards the end. But he's a top player. Good goals. I mean, but hasn't quite got X factor for me.
Actually, he didn't win it with Klopp, so you're probably right there. It was the Pokal Cup, which I think is the equivalent to FA Cup. So yeah. Okay, so moving on then, Steve, who else makes up your front three?
So the only name I haven't mentioned, he's been mentioned before in my team, is Riyad Mahrez. He's on the other side to Salah, three up front there with Aubameyang and Salah. What's more to say about Mahrez? We said it before: first touch, skill, ability to be dominant player in a. I'm not going to say Leicester were a weak team. They were a surprisingly surprised everyone that year when they won the Premier League. But a lot of that was down to the back four was incredibly good. Lots of clean sheets, but Mahrez and Vardy up front and Kante in the middle, they just all complemented each other really well. And he took it into Man City. I wanted to see him play towards the end of his Man City career. He certainly played more week in, week out, but I feel Pep Ball rotated him out quite a bit. They had a lot of star-studded players there, didn't he? So I just feel I would like to see him play more at City, more regularly, but still world-class, still top draw, still amazing.
Okay, Matt, who else makes up your 11?
So last player on my list is Sadio Mane. So obviously, eventually won the league with Liverpool. Started off with Southampton. I think he had the fastest hat-trick for Southampton. Fastest hat-trick in Premier League history. I'm not sure if that's still standing. But
we will find out.
I think that's been beaten since.
Yeah, I think it was recently been beaten. But that was the type of player, electric pace, especially in his early days in the Premier League. That's what he was about. Get the ball to Mane, and he's going to score a goal. Doesn't score, say, out of this world spectacular goals, but it's all about the pace and beating the keeper, which is what I like in a forward anyway. So yeah, he's an international star. For his country. Senegal, and he's just a worldwide name now, and he deserves it. He's an excellent contribution to Premier League football, and 100% gets the world class stamp.
Yeah, it actually still stands at 2 minutes 56 seconds. Sadio Mane, Southampton versus Aston Villa, 16th of May, 2015. Sadio Mane also completes my front three. I think we've got the exact same front three: Salah, Drogba, and Mane. Started off in Metz and then moved to Red Bull, and first appearance in the Premier League was with Southampton, 2 seasons there, 67 appearances, scoring 21 goals. Moved on to Liverpool, created history, and then Bayern Munich. A bit surprised that didn't got cut short, but
seemed personal more than the playing.
Odd injury
style.
as well.
He's now living life in Al Nassr with Cristiano Ronaldo and scoring. I'm sure he'll score bags of goals over there. But yeah, he won it all at Liverpool and will be a club legend, Premier League legend, and for me, he also gets the world class stamp as well. Great player, and on his day, he was electric. And I think there was a bit of a battle of egos between Mane and Salah, and something had to give. So I think unfortunately Mane was out the door, and that kind of paved the way then for the new generation of Liverpool forwards in Diaz, Jota, Gakpo, those type of players to come in and start more regularly. But for me, he makes up the best front line, and I know you've got Riyad Mahrez in ahead of him there, but for me, Sadio Mane is the better player. But these are our opinions, guys. Let us know your opinions in the comments section below. Was there anyone that we missed out today? Drop the names in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a like. And if you want to be notified for new episodes, consider subscribing to the channel, as our next episode will be having Matt Letizier, Le God, live and in person in studio, as we're in Southampton on the South Coast today. But that's it for this time, guys. Have a world-class weekend, and we'll see you next time.